If you're not familiar with any of these expressions, stick around until the end of this video. In this episode, we're going to dive into Desperate Housewives Season 1, Episode 9, and learn these expressions quickly and effectively. And we'll incorporate these expressions into a beautiful 2-minute song. Now, let's get started.
That's how she came to start an affair with her teenage gardener, which was cut short by a tragic accident. So, once again, Gabrielle was in need of a great idea.
Cut short. Stop something before it's fully done, like a meeting or a trip ends prematurely. Now, some movie clips.
Cut short all intermission.
Unbelievably cut short.
As cut short as life.
Cut short my young life.
I'm sorry our liberty was cut short.
Well, it was a little cut short.
Yeah, I had a trip that was cut short.
And I'm sorry we cut short your honeymoon.
Next.
He has not shown an ounce of remorse since the accident.
Of course he feels bad. He's just, keeping up a facade.
Well, he's doing a fabulous job.
Look, if we take him off the swim team, he'll lose a shot at an athletic scholarship, and then he's never going to forgive us.
Keep up a facade. Pretend things are okay when they're not. People do this to hide their true feelings. Now, some movie clips.
It's a facade.
The hotel was just a facade.
It's a facade. It's just a facade.
It's all a facade.
So you're saying it's just all a facade?
Your persona's a facade.
There's no reason to keep up the facade.
Next.
Oh. Finally got the charity bug?
You sound surprised.
No, not really. You were always a giver.
Would you knock it off? My mom's right over there.
Knock it off. Tell someone to stop doing something annoying. This is very informal. It's common among friends or family, but avoid it in formal settings. Now, some movie clips.
Knock it off.
Knock it off.
Knock it off, okay?
Knock it off. All right, knock it off.
You said knock it off.
Knock it off, will ya?
Come on, knock it off.
Next.
Have you been smoking marijuana?
No, of course not.
You are strung out.
No, Mom.
Be strung out. Be very stressed, tired, or affected by drugs. It can describe a person's physical or mental state. Now, some movie clips.
Strung out on drugs.
She's strung out on crack. I'm all strung out.
Everybody's strung out.
We were all strung out.
You're looking a little strung out yourself.
Can't you see I'm strung out?
Strung out. Junkie suicide.
Next.
With all due respect, we are not a high-security facility, and you have restricted our ability to treat Zach.
What the hell does that mean?
You've insisted we medicate him without psychotherapy. That is a recipe for disaster.
Recipe for disaster. A situation or action that will likely cause big problems. Use it to warn about bad plans or actions. Now, some movie clips.
Recipe for disaster.
Recipe for disaster.
That is a recipe for disaster.
It's just a recipe for disaster.
It's my recipe for disaster.
This is a recipe for disaster.
I think that could be a recipe for disaster.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Next.
As she rummaged through Andrew's private possessions, it occurred to her that sometimes a little betrayal is good for the soul.
Rummage. Search through things in a messy, hurried way. You rummage when you're quickly looking for something. Now, some movie clips.
Let them rummage.
Just a little rummage.
It's a rummage sale.
I got it at a rummage sale.
What is this, a rummage sale? Char.
Well, gay people have rummage too.
I'm having a rummage sale.
I don't rummage through your stuff.
Next.
Helen, do you have a minute?
Oh, Gabrielle, I didn't get a chance to tell you how sorry I was about what happened at the fundraiser. I didn't intend to cause a scene.
No, it's okay. People didn't even notice.
Make a scene. Act in a loud, embarrassing way in public. People make a scene when they lose control in public. Now, some movie clips.
I don't want to cause a scene.
He'll cause a scene.
I'll cause a scene. Do you want to cause a scene here?
I don't want to cause a scene. I'm not going to cause a scene here.
Don't cause a scene. Don't cause a scene.
Next.
Gabrielle believed there was an excellent chance Helen Rowland would inform Carlos of his wife's extramarital activities. Gabrielle knew she had to come clean.
Extramarital activities. Romantic relationships outside of marriage. This is a formal term used in discussions about relationships. Now, some movie clips.
Don't care extramarital.
Extramarital affair.
An extramarital affair.
And there's extramarital sex, too.
Had a few extramarital secrets of his own.
Let's call it extramarital sex. Let's call it extramarital sex.
Changed jobs, extramarital affair.
Next,
It's a constant battle that rages within all of us, between the better angels of our nature and the temptation of our inner demons.
the better angels of our nature. Definition, the good, kind parts of our character. It's a somewhat formal expression. For example, in a crisis, we should listen to the better angels of our nature and help others. It's used to encourage positive behavior. Now, some movie clips.
Between the better angels of our nature
And I am appealing to the better angels of your nature here.
By the better angels of our nature.
We ask that you listen to the better angels of your nature.
To stand in front of the nation and appeal to the better angels of our nature.
It is time to call upon the better angels of our nature.
Next,
and sometimes the only way to ward off the darkness is to shine the light of compassion.
ward off. Prevent something bad from happening or keep it away. Use it when talking about avoiding negative things. Now, some movie clips.
To ward off the evil eye.
To ward off negativity.
Probably to ward off intruders.
Ward off evil spirits.
Keep ward off balance.
We don't want to set the whole ward off.
No, I put that on to ward off intruders.
To ward off evil spirits.
Now, recap.
I'm keeping up a facade, but can't ignore I'm in a bind. Caught in a web, I'm so confined. Weigh the pros and cons, it's a recipe for disaster. Strung out danger's hard to fend. I should knock it off, but I make a scene. This mess is driving me to the brink. Extramarital activities, a secret I can't stash. Rummage for an escape, but I'm cut short. Trapped in this cycle, can't break free from the tort. Weigh the pros and cons, it's a recipe for disaster. Strung out danger's hard to fend. I should knock it off, but I make a scene. This mess is driving me to the brink. Listen to the better angels of our nature before we all completely shatter. Break down facades, face truth together. Find light and start a new endeavor. Listen to the better angels of our nature before we all completely shatter. Break down facades, face truth together. Find light and start a new endeavor.